Stay still. Do not move a muscle. Close your eyes for just 1 second and listen to the silence that is finally beginning to settle in your chest. You feel that, don't you? That heavy, frantic, vibrating urgency that used to drive your every move? It is dying. It is losing its grip on you. For years, you lived in a state of constant spiritual emergency. You felt like you were running out of time, like you had to choose now, act now, speak now, or lose everything. But something has shifted in the atmosphere. The frequency has changed. You have entered the season of the great pause, and it is the most powerful weapon you have ever held. You are noticing it in the small things first. Your phone rings, and instead of that immediate spike of cortisol, that desperate need to answer and please or defend, you just look at it. You let it ring. A message comes in that would have normally sent you into a 3-hour spiral of overthinking, and instead you put the phone face down and walk into the other room to make a cup of tea. You are no longer rushing. You are no longer frantic. And because you have stopped chasing the world has no choice but to start gravitating toward you. This is the cold reality of your current state. You are being stripped of the hurry frequency. The universe is physically slowing down your nervous system because the place you are going requires a precision that speed cannot provide. Think about the last few weeks. Have you felt a strange heaviness in your limbs? A desire to sit in total silence for hours? A sudden, sharp realization that most of the emergencies in your life were actually just other people's lack of peace? You are waking up to the fact that your haste was actually a cage. When you rush, you are in a low vibration state of lack. You are telling the Creator that you don't trust the timing. You are telling the Matrix that you are still its slave, reacting to every pull of the string. But look at you now. You are becoming unreachable. You are starting to see the invisible threads that used to jerk you around. When someone tries to provoke you into a quick decision, you feel a deep, grounding weight in your soul that says, wait. You are no longer afraid of missing out. You are realizing that if it is for you, it cannot pass you, and if it passes you, it was never yours to begin with. This new stillness is confusing to those around you. They see you moving slower, and they think you are losing your edge. They think you are becoming passive. They have no idea that you are actually becoming a mountain. A mountain does not rush to meet the wind. The wind must deal with the mountain. Recall the headaches you've been having lately. That pressure right behind your eyes, that isn't just stress. That is the recalibration of your internal clock. Your biological rhythm is being synchronized with the divine rhythm. You are being forced to realize that every time you rushed a decision in the past, you stepped out of your protection. You signed contracts you shouldn't have signed. You entered relationships that drained your light, and you said yes to projects that were actually traps set by the enemy to keep you busy and tired. The enemy loves speed because speed prevents discernment. But you have stopped running. You are standing in the center of your own power, and for the first time in your life, you are actually watching the pieces of your life align themselves without you having to lift a finger. You aren't forcing the puzzle together anymore. You are simply becoming the space where the puzzle completes itself. Why is this happening to you now? Why has the Creator reached down and pulled the emergency brake on your life? You must understand that this transition from hustle to harmony is not a random psychological shift. It is a calculated divine intervention. The spiritual cause behind your new inability to rush is a total reconstruction of your energetic signature. In the spiritual realms, speed is often a symptom of fear. When you rush, your frequency becomes jagged, erratic, and thin. It creates holes in your aura that allow lower-level entities and energy vampires to latch onto your momentum. For years, the enemy used your own ambition and your own empathy against you, keeping you in a state of spiritual tachycardia, a heart that beats too fast to ever hear the whisper of God. The Father is slowing you down because you are being moved into a position of high authority. And in the kingdom of the Spirit, authority never hurries. Think of a king or a queen walking through a court. They do not run. They move with a deliberate, weighted grace because they know that the entire environment adjusts to their pace. You are being retrained in the gate of the chosen. You are being taught that your power does not come from your activity, but from your presence. The spiritual law at play here is the law of magnetic resonance. When you are rushing, you are pushing energy out, which actually repels the things you desire. By entering this state of stillness, you have switched from a push frequency to a pull frequency. You have become the gravitational center of your own reality. There is a specific divine rule you use to break constantly, the rule of sacred timing. You were trying to eat the fruit while it was still bitter on the branch. You were trying to birth manifestations before the gestation period was complete. This caused spiritual miscarriages, business ideas that failed, connections that soured, and visions that burned out before they could shine. The universe has intervened. It has placed a holy weight upon your spirit to ensure that you stay still long enough for the fruit to ripen. This is why you feel that invisible hand holding you back when you try to force a door open. It isn't a rejection, it is a shield. Your angels are literally standing in your way, blocking the paths that lead to premature destinies. Furthermore, you are being disconnected from the matrix clock. The world operates on linear, artificial time, 9 to 5, deadlines, fiscal years, aging, and expiration. This is a false construct designed to keep the chosen one in a state of panic. But you are being synchronized with Kairos, God's time. In Kairos, 1,000 years is as a day, and a single moment can contain a lifetime of progress. By refusing to rush, you are effectively stepping out of the matrix's control. You are telling the system, I no longer acknowledge your deadlines. I only acknowledge the heartbeat of the Creator. This is an act of spiritual warfare. Every time you take a deep breath, instead of sending a panicked email, you are dismantling a piece of the enemy's architecture in your life. You are vibrating at a level now where doing is becoming less important than being. The spiritual cause of your current stillness is the activation of your inner sun. A sun does not move across the galaxy to find planets to warm. It simply sits in its burning center and allows the planets to find their orbit around it. You are discovering that your stillness is actually a higher form of movement. You are moving at the speed of light, which to the human eye looks like sitting perfectly still. The arguments you used to have, the explanations you felt you owed, these were all ways you were leaking power. The universe has closed those leaks. It has forced you into a cocoon of silence so that your new, more powerful, energetic body can finish forming. You are being prepared for a level of manifestation where you will simply think of a thing and it will appear. But that level of power cannot be given to someone who is still rushing. It can only be given to the one who has mastered the art of the divine wait. How is the world reacting to your newfound stillness? You must understand that your peace is a direct threat to the kingdom of darkness. The matrix, the narcissists, and the energy vampires in your life are not just confused by your change, they are terrified. For years, they controlled you through your reactivity. They knew exactly which buttons to push to get a rise out of you. They knew that if they created a crisis, you would come running. They knew that if they withheld information or affection, you would scramble to please them. You were predictable because you were in a rush to be loved, a rush to be understood, and a rush to be successful. But now, you have become a glitch in their system. When they throw a bait at you, a backhanded comment, a false accusation, a manufactured emergency, and you simply sit there in your calm, unbothered power, it creates a vacuum that sucks the air right out of their lungs. They are losing their power over you because they can no longer find your frequency of haste. You have moved onto a bandwidth they cannot reach. Watch how they scramble now. Notice how the people who used to ignore you are suddenly blowing up your phone. Notice how the narcissists in your life are becoming more erratic, more desperate, and more loud. This is because they are losing their source. They used to feed on the frantic energy you emitted when you were rushing to fix things. Now that you are still, they are starving. The enemy's greatest weapon is the spirit of urgency. It is that whispering voice that tells you that you are falling behind your peers, that your biological clock is ticking, or that your window of opportunity is closing. The matrix thrives on the fear of missing out. But as you step into this divine alignment, you are realizing that you cannot miss what is divinely mandated for you. This realization makes you dangerous. A person who cannot be rushed, cannot be manipulated. A person who is willing to wait for the great yes from the Creator cannot be bought with a quick maybe from the world. You might notice that as you slow down, the attacks seem to get weirder. People might start accusing you of being cold or arrogant. They might tell you that you've changed or that you're losing your drive. Do not be fooled. This is a tactical maneuver by the enemy to shame you back into the hustle frequency. They want you back in the mud with them, struggling and gasping for air. They cannot stand the sight of you sitting on the bank of the river, watching the water flow, completely at peace while they are drowning in their own chaos. Your silence is a mirror, and when the narcissists look at you, they are forced to see their own inner turmoil. This is why they lash out. Your stillness is an exorcism of their control. Furthermore, the agents of the Matrix are terrified because they see that your life is actually improving without your effort. This goes against everything the system taught them. They were taught that you must grind, you must sweat, and you must compete to survive. Yet here you are, doing less but receiving more. You are making fewer decisions, but the decisions you do make are landing with the force of a thunderbolt. The enemy is watching in horror as the very doors they tried to lock are swinging open simply because you walk near them. They see the favor that is settling on your life, that shimmering golden aura of divine protection, and they realize that they are no longer dealing with a victim. They are dealing with a chosen one who has finally remembered who they are. Stay in your power. When they try to pull you into their whirlwind, remember that you are the center of the storm. Let them scream, let them project, let them run in circles. You stay seated on your throne of silence. The more they try to rush you, the slower you should move. The more they demand an answer, the longer you should take to pray. You are teaching the world how to treat you by the way you respect your own timing. You are no longer a servant to the urgent. You are a master of the important. The enemy's reaction is the ultimate proof of your progress. Their panic is the confirmation of your promotion. The truth you are now ready to hear is one that the world has spent centuries trying to bury. You are not a creature of time. You are a creature of eternity. The reason your soul is finally rejecting the rush is because you are reclaiming your original celestial blueprint. In the higher dimensions from which you originated, there is no such thing as a deadline. There is only the eternal now. When you rush, you are essentially trying to fit an infinite spirit into a finite ticking box. It is a form of spiritual violence against your own nature. The truth is that the more you align with the stillness of the Creator, the more the laws of physics begin to bend in your favor. There is a divine prophecy written over your life that states, "The last shall be first." For years, you watched everyone else sprint past you. You saw the rushed ones getting the promotions, the fast talkers getting the attention, and the aggressive ones taking what they wanted. You felt left behind, like a spectator in your own life. But the great architect has a secret law called the law of the harvest. You were not being left behind, you were being underground. Like a seed, you spent your time in the dark, quiet earth, growing a root system deep enough to support a massive destiny. The people who rushed grew like weeds, fast, shallow, and easily uprooted by the first storm of life. But you are an oak of righteousness. Your growth was slow because your height is meant to be legendary. The metaphysical reality of your situation is that you are now operating under quantum acceleration. This is the paradox of the chosen one. The more you slow down in the physical, the faster you move in the spiritual. While you are sitting in your living room seemingly doing nothing, your spirit is traveling, clearing blockages, and negotiating your future in the halls of heaven. You are realizing that a single word spoken from a place of absolute peace carries more weight than 10,000 words spoken in a state of anxiety. This is why things are aligning naturally. You are no longer trying to manifest. You are allowing manifestation. You have realized that you are the co-creator of your reality, and a creator does not beg the clay to take shape. A creator simply intends, and the clay obeys. This is the secret of the Sabbath that the modern world has forgotten. It isn't just about a day of rest. It is about a state of heart. It is the rest of God. When you enter this rest, you stop laboring under the curse of toil. You move into the flow of grace. In this state, the universe becomes your servant. Opportunities do not just come to you, they find you. Money doesn't just arrive, it seeks you out because it recognizes your frequency as a safe place to land. People are drawn to you because your stillness acts as a cooling shade in a world that is burning up with stress. You are becoming a living portal of peace. The prophecy for your life is shifting from struggle to synchronicity. Look at the coincidences that have happened lately. That person you were just thinking about calling, they texted you. That problem you didn't know how to solve, the answer appeared in a random video or a passing conversation. These are not accidents. These are the alignments of the still. When you stop rushing, you stop blurring your vision. You can finally see the signs that were always there. You are finally in the right place at the right time because you have stopped trying to be in every place at all times. The deepest truth is this: you were never meant to make things happen. You were meant to let things happen. Your only job is to stay in the frequency of the Most High. As you hold this position of stillness, you will watch as the Creator moves people like chess pieces on a board just to get a blessing to your front door. You will see impossible situations resolve themselves overnight. You will see enemies who tried to destroy you suddenly becoming irrelevant or even being forced to bless you. This is the reward for your trust. This is the fruit of your patience. You have finally surrendered the how and the when to the one who owns time itself. And in that surrender, you have become invincible. Now I want you to take a deep, grounding breath. Feel the air enter your lungs not as a gasp of survival, but as an infusion of divine life. As you exhale, release the last remnants of that heavy, jagged urgency. Let it fall away like old, dead skin. You are stepping into your new skin now, the skin of the sovereign, the skin of the one who knows that the battle is already won. To seal this energy, you must practice the 5-minute rule. From this day forward, when a choice is presented to you, when a voice demands an answer, or when a situation feels like a fire, you will give yourself 5 minutes of total silence. Do not think, do not plan, just be. In that silence, you are reclaiming your throne. Your practical activation begins with your environment. Look at your space. If it is cluttered, it is a reflection of the rush frequency. Clear one corner. Make one area a sanctuary of stillness. When you walk, walk slower. When you speak, speak with more space between your words. This is not just physical. It is an energetic declaration to the matrix that you are no longer under its jurisdiction. You are grounding your high vibration light into the very earth beneath your feet. You are becoming a lightning rod for divine favor, and a lightning rod must be firmly planted to handle the power that is coming. Now lift your hands if you can, or simply open your heart to receive this activation prayer. Divine Creator, Architect of time and eternity, I stand before you as your chosen one. I thank you for pulling me out of the frantic current of this world. I thank you for the holy weight that has slowed me down. Right now, I speak a divine peace. Be still over my nervous system. I command every cell in my body to vibrate at the frequency of your rest. I break every soul tie to the spirit of urgency. I renounce the lie that I am falling behind. I declare that I am exactly where I need to be, and I am moving at the perfect speed of grace. I pray for the one listening who has felt the pressure to rush. I speak a divine shield over their mind. May they no longer feel the need to explain, to defend, or to hurry. I activate the law of magnetic resonance in their life. I command every blessing, every person, and every resource that is destined for them to begin its journey toward them now. Let the doors that were shut by my own haste be reopened by your favor. Let the alignments be natural. Let the connections be effortless. I seal this transformation in the light of the Most High. It is done. It is finished. It is settled. Chosen one, you can feel the shift. The atmosphere in your room has changed. The ringing in your ears is the sound of the old frequency fading out. You are now moving in the flow. Do not let anyone, not a friend, not a relative, not a boss, shame you back into the hurry. Your stillness is your strength. Your patience is your power. As you go about your day, remember, the stars do not rush to shine, yet the whole world sees their light. The sun does not rush to rise, yet it never misses a morning. You are a celestial being, and your timing is perfect because it is His timing. Stay in this peace. Let it wash over you like a warm ocean. You are protected. You are provided for. You are loved beyond measure. The season of struggle is over. The season of alignment has begun. If you felt this activation in your spirit, I want you to claim it. Type "I am aligned" in the comments to anchor this energy into the physical realm. Share this message with another chosen one who is feeling the weight of the world's pressure. And if you haven't already, join this tribe by subscribing to Chosen Energy, where we protect the flame of the elect. Go forth in silence. Go forth in power. And remember, you are exactly on time.